Hey guys, I'm going to start tiling here. It is, technically, I just finished doing this. It's 10 minutes from the last video, but probably a week in your time. But I wanted to stick this first row here before I jump into tile hard tomorrow. That way I have a solid point where I can push off of. So gonna do at least the first row. If I have enough mud, maybe the second, and call it good for today.
I'm Sarah, and this is Travis. We've moved 7 times in the last 6 years and are currently renovating our 3rd house with our 3 boys and our Old English sheepdog. Follow along as we renovate our house and raise our boys. That's him. Subscribe and join us on our next adventure.
One thing I realized I forgot to record while doing this job is I never really showed how I cut any of these tiles. And I use 2 different tools, kind of 2 different methods. The main method is a wet tile saw, preferably in a stand pictured here. The other method I use is, you can kind of see it right here, is a tile scorer, and it looks like this. The tile scorer is really good for straight cuts that go against like the edge of a wall. It doesn't cut perfectly straight. Sometimes the tile even breaks a hair jagged. So you can't really use that in the middle of your floor or anything. The wet tile saw is perfect for all of those. It just takes a little bit more time than the scorer does. That's why it's nice to have both. Now the way that I like to lay tile floors is I like to cut as many of the pieces as I can, if not the whole floor even, before I ever stick down one piece of tile. And it gets a little tedious because you virtually need to set it all down in the exact right spot with the exact right spacers, and then take it all up in mud and put them back down. But that just helps your flow of everything go way better, I've found.
Oh, you chipped that one, look at.
As long as it's not the tile, it's okay.
When Travis and I first got married, Travis had had a lot of experience working on rentals with his dad, but he wasn't very familiar with tile. So when we got our first house and started fixing it up, he did a lot of YouTubing and asking his dad and my dad questions, and just kind of jumped into it and figured it out. And he's come a long way. I wanted to show you guys some of the projects he's done starting with our first house. We did the tile on the floor there, and that tile on the floor and the shower. And Travis did the kitchen backsplash. And this bathroom we did in our second house. That was the kitchen in our second house. That's the bathroom in this house, the bathroom in this house. And then our kitchen that Travis just finished a couple months ago, I think. So Travis has had a lot of opportunities to practice his tile skills, and he's gotten really good at it.
So do it
In between those 2.
in between these 2.
You got it?
Set right there on the carpet.
I will.
The first tiling job that Travis ever did was in our first house, and it was a shower and bath combo. You can't see here, this isn't our picture, but it was from a listing after we had sold it. I think the people after us sold it. But behind that shower curtain, he did a shower wall just above a tub, and I remember it took him probably 5 or 6 tries to get the bottom row level and flat so that it would look good. One night on his 5th try of cutting this one particular tile, he came outside really frustrated, ready to cut it again for the 5th time. We had like this lattice stuff that was nailed to our deck and it had fallen off, and he stepped right on a nail in his slippers, and I think that's one of the only times that I've heard Travis swear. So if you're starting out and it's terrible, just know that it will get easier. Okay, the tile's all laid, and next week we're ready for grout. We'll see you next week.